Good evening, everybody. This is TK with Black with No Chaser, and I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are here on a Black Male Voter Initiative, and I'm talking with Councilman Khalid from South Fulton, Georgia. He was a part of the symposium, and this man has a very interesting perspective, interesting story of the things he's accomplished in South Fulton. And I really felt like you all needed to hear about this. So welcome, brother. I appreciate you taking a moment to
Give me
to
a
talk.
white man handshake.
My
We
bad.
on Black with No Chaser. Come on now.
I ain't want to do you like I ain't mean to do you like that. But you know, man, when you was talking earlier, you know, it really resonated with me because a lot of the things that you've accomplished are a lot of the things that we push and hope to see elsewhere. So before you tell me how you did it, why don't you tell everybody some of the things that you've done?
So here in the city of South Fulton, we are Atlanta's new twin city. We were established in 2017. We're Atlanta's new twin city, 100 square miles, and with a 90% African American population, we are the blackest big city in America. In the 2 years that we've been in office, we have decriminalized marijuana for less than an ounce. We've abolished Columbus Day. We made Election Day a full paid holiday, raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour, banned the box. We wrote resolutions opposing ICE detention centers and the Georgia forced birth abortion bill. Just a lot of really progressive things.
Indeed. You know, and you know that minimum wage is a hot button issue, you know, everywhere. Like, how hard was it for y'all to get that accomplished, man? Like, what hurdles did you have to go through in order to get that?
You know, with a lot of these situations, it's really not a hurdle at all. There's some fears, but the truth is, black people are just naturally progressive.
Yeah.
We know that the wages are too low. We know that our kids are getting locked up for marijuana like at incredible rates, while like other people of other hues are smoking weed on college campuses and nothing is happening to them. So it really, there are a few political old heads who unfortunately are more interested in performing for white people outside of the city, or I don't know who they're performing for, but the people inside the city, everybody was clear about all of these
Right.
things. So one of the things I did, I had an event called South Fulton Summer, and we did HIV testing. We do HIV testing in the park now. I took an HIV test on camera, and most of the people in the community, like, they thought that was amazing. We gave out Plan B contraception pills, and a lot of folks were, let me say, some of the more political folks were like, how is that going to go down with you like giving out Plan B pills to like young people in the city? The brothers were like, you got Plan B pills? I'ma be there. Like, I've been trying to get some of those. They mad expensive. So yeah.
So another topic, the decriminalization of marijuana.
Right.
I live in Texas, man, and you know they really hoping for that to happen, you know, statewide.
You know, there are more people in jail for marijuana or in prison for marijuana than all violent crimes combined in the United States. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And you know, another thing that, you know, we did a story about it a little while back, is the fact that we as in black people, we're locked up and felons and all of this from marijuana, and then to turn around and have these dispensaries and, you know, all these cannabis companies making millions and millions of dollars where we can't, you know, get in that lane because of said convictions.
They planned it that way, to lock us all up, give us all records, and then decriminalize it so that they can make money. It's almost like it was designed that way.
And I agree. You know, and that's, like I said, you know, that's why when you was talking earlier, man, I really appreciate it, and that's why I approached you in the way that I did, because, again, what you guys are doing in South Fulton is something that we don't see. It's another city in Atlanta that had the all-black female judge, mayor, city council. Oh, so that's y'all too. So
we had an all-black criminal justice
system,
yes.
And we did a story on them as well, and you know, just to see that in itself is a historic thing. But you know, we noticed like the lower recidivism of criminal black people going back to jail because they get more opportunities and things of that nature. So like, what all was like your driving force for trying to accomplish all these things?
Well, I was a Black Lives Matter activist. I helped organize the Atlanta chapter of BLM, and it really came from, I was out in the street protesting all of these things. Like, I'm protesting the police chief. I'm protesting, affordable housing. And I thought, if we can't change the people, let's change the people. So now I get to pick the police chief. Now I get to help write affordable housing policy, and I get to say to developers, if you're going to build something on Old Nat, which is where I represent the hood of South Fulton, and I'm like, if you're going to build something on Old Nat, it's got to be affordable for the people who live here now.
Right.
And for me, a big part of that comes out of just understanding and owning that we are the blackest city in America. There are a lot of people who, unfortunately, I won't say there are a lot. There are some black people who don't want to live in the blackest city in America. There are some black people who are worried that we're going to scare white people away, that we're going to offend white people. And I'm saying white people have the entire country. Like, we should be able to have control of this one city where we are in the majority, 90%. And it's not even about discriminating against white people. Or one of the things that we talk about in Black Lives Matter is that because black women and black families are the most oppressed in America, that if we elevate the living conditions of black people, then we automatically are elevating everybody else's conditions.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily, one of the beauties of living in the blackest city in America is I don't have to have a black agenda. I just need to have an agenda for my neighborhood, which happens to be all black. So whatever is plaguing black people is plaguing my neighborhood. They are one and the same. I would say Old Nat is probably, my district is probably 99, 98% black. So if I just help out black people, I'm automatically helping out 98% of my district. And I think any politician that can get a 98% approval rating, or 98% of the people said you did something for me, you're doing a good job.
You winning. That's what's up. So, like I told you before, we down here, we covering the Democratic debates that's going on later on tonight. And so I want to ask you three quick questions concerning the debate. We're doing that as well. Basically, question 1 and 2 is, which candidate are you for?
Bernie Sanders.
And why? And the third question is, if elected, what is the one thing that you would like to see him change or improve or whatnot?
The most important thing is free public college. I don't know anybody that doesn't have student loans. I don't know anybody that went to college that doesn't owe at least $10,000 for going to college. And it's a problem for wealth creation for black folks, right? People of other hues, other ethnicities, not only do their parents pay for college, but then when they go to buy a house, their parents may have given them to, you watch, HGTV, and it's like, yeah, my mom gave me $50,000 to put down on a house.
Generational wealth to pass on.
Generational wealth. And so, but I would say Bernie Sanders, but also Elizabeth Warren or Julian Castro. They just have very progressive policies. I think that if we can get free healthcare and free public college, those are the two biggest debts that most families have. Most people that file bankruptcy, they file bankruptcy for medical bills.
Right.
And when you do file bankruptcy, you can't write off your child support and you can't write off your student loans. So I think those things alone would be transformational for black people, but also raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour or higher and indexing it to inflation, making sure that we have affordable housing. Those are just bread and butter issues that black families, black mothers, and black fathers worry about all the time.
I agree. So you be watching the debate tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
So will we. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Councilman Khalid, his brother doing some big things in South Fulton, Georgia. Hell, he might be on the ticket 5 years from now. So we gonna keep an eye on him, man. And listen, I want you to holler at us, man. We gonna get you that sweatshirt, send you a shirt.
Absolutely.
You gotta rock that proudly in South Fulton.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
we're gonna rock it proudly, man. We gonna support you, from a distance. And when you got something going on, we'll be back down here.
Absolutely. South Fulton forever.
All right, now.
Councilman Kareem, ladies and gentlemen.